Well, you're going to want to keep your umbrella handy because we're still expecting to see scattered showers throughout the afternoon and even into the evening hours, possibly holding out into early tomorrow morning, but it's looking like a lot of the majority of the rain will be out of the area as we move into later today. Here's a live look at radar right now. Still seeing some light showers out there, even some mist in some locations. So overall, just a very wet and gloomy day and on the cool side as well. But it's looking like the last day where we'll have this type of weather before we have much warmer conditions moving in. So let's track it out on Sky Tracker for the rest of the afternoon. We're going to continue again to see light scattered showers for the next few hours, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few isolated to scattered thunderstorms popping up later in the afternoon and evening time. Again, really looking at a next to zero severe risk with any of these thunderstorms, but you might feel a couple rumbles of thunder and maybe picking up on those rain rates a little bit later in the evening. As we go later into the nighttime, then we really start to see that overall widespread portion of the rain really starting to decrease, looking a little bit more dry out there. But again, we could still be holding on to some very light showers as we go into early tomorrow morning. Very light showers. So you might not even need your umbrella for this, but wouldn't be surprised if you feel a couple raindrops as you head out the door tomorrow morning. Otherwise, a lot of the rain should be out of our hair as we get later into the day. And we can even see a few breaks in the clouds. That's really going to help us warm up a little bit. Now, something to note with those isolated thunderstorms that we might see later on. Again, not looking at a severe risk with this, but it's one of those days where we have a very specific setup that gives us a chance to see something kind of cool. We could see some land spouts today. Again, a big difference between this and a tornado. Tornadoes, you're looking at them forming with a rotating thunderstorm, which we're not looking at seeing today. They're usually lasting for several minutes, and of course they are posing a major threat to life and property. Now, a land spout, you don't need a rotating thunderstorm for these to form. They're actually going to form from the ground up. Typically very low severe risk with these. What we're looking at today is possibly just even seeing a couple funnel clouds out there. Again, a very low chance that they actually reach the ground, but they could make for some cool pictures out there. Usually they're associated with a weak boundary or a low pressure system overhead like we have today. And again, they're going to be very short-lived, but it's a chance that you might see some. So making sure that you're staying weather aware and keeping your head up looking at those clouds. You might see a couple cool funnel clouds out there today. High temperatures looking to stay cool again. Very similar to where we were yesterday, mid 60s out there, looking at a high of 64 in La Crosse, 63 in Eau Claire. As we head into tonight, we're staying fairly mild, still looking at seeing a few scattered showers across the area, getting a little bit cooler tonight as well, with most of the area actually getting back into the upper 40s, a little bit cooler than we were last night, but then going into tomorrow's highs, finally feeling that warm up, just a slight warm up to start, getting a little bit closer to near average, but most of us will actually still be below. 73 for your high in La Crosse, 74 in Eau Claire. Wouldn't be surprised if areas south of I-90 stay in the upper 60s because we could see some extended cloud coverage out there throughout the afternoon hours. And then here's that nice temperature swing, finally getting back to near normal, if not a few degrees above. 82 for your high on Friday. Here's that average line sitting in the upper 70s now, and it's really weird to see that 80 is a lot closer to average than we are right now. But it is that time of year we're finally getting close to June, which marks the first month of meteorological summer, so the 80s look like they're going to become our new normal, at least through the beginning of next week and maybe even extending a little bit beyond that. Going to the weekend, it's going to be pretty warm out there, seeing the low 80s, and then by the start of the week we might get a little bit toasty, a little bit humid possibly as well, getting into the upper 80s, so a big swing from where we are today, about a 30 or could be a 30-degree temperature swing for some of us. So
finally going to feel like summer, right?
big difference.
A lot of us are looking forward to that for now, right? Till we start complaining about the heat.
Exactly.